Been a few months now since I last did a video, so I thought I'll just do an update for you. The reason why I haven't done any videos recently is because I haven't been betting or trading. I decided to take a break for 2 or 3 months. And during that break, what I've been working on is this spreadsheet. Now, if you've seen any of my last videos, you'll have seen a similar kind of sheet, but this time I've extended it a little bit. Basically, what this sheet is, whenever there's a result, I put the score in. For instance, just say Arsenal playing Aston Villa, and it was 0-0 at half time, but 1-1 at full time. Now I do that manually. I could scrape the web for that and have it done automatically, but I like to do it manually because, first of all, it's an hobby of mine, and if there's a big score, I can remember things better. And all this sheet does is go into these other sheets. For instance, this is the second half goal. So there's Birmingham. They've played 3 games at home, and within that game there's been 3 second half goals. Sorry, there's been a goal in each game in the second half, and it's 100%. That would be the away, and this is for the season. So Birmingham at the moment have played 5 games, and 4 games has had a second half goal. This one here is basically how many goals a certain team has scored within the game. For instance, I'll just scroll down a bit more. So let's pick on Doncaster. So they've played 4 games at home. There's been 2 games when they've scored at all. There's been 1 game when they've scored 1, and 1 game when they've scored 2. That's for the away, and this would be for the season. This one here is exactly the same, but it's in percentage terms. This one here is one of the things I do it for, because I'm more bothered about this, is the over goals. I've just done 1.5 and 2.5. I'll go to the top so you can see. So for instance, Arsenal have played 3 games at home. All 3 have ended in over 1.5, and obviously all 3 have also over 2.5, hence the 100%. That's the same for the away, and this will be for the season. It'll be the same for both teams to score. I also have a table. I have a stats section, but it's basically, since we're on this one, would tell me that Wimbledon have played 2 games at home. 2 home games. They've scored 1 goal. They've conceded 1 goal. They've conceded in 1 game. So that one scored in 1 game, and obviously conceded 1 game. Now at the moment, obviously, we're still quite at the beginning of the league, so there's not a lot of statistics to say at the moment. So these don't really mean a lot so far, but maybe in another 4 or 5 games, they'll start to take effect. Then that leads me to this section here, which is 80%. Now again, if you've seen one of my last videos, I use this 80% to lay the draw. Basically, if I get this section here and it's over 80%, then that's the team I will be laying. I.e. Barnet, Altrincham, I will be laying that one. Chesterfield, Dagenham, I will be laying that one, and so on. Now at the moment, obviously, like I've just mentioned, the league's only just been started, so I wouldn't actually be laying them yet until there's probably another 3 or 4 more games to be played, when the statistics settle down and become more reliable. And as you can see, I've got the over 1.5 and over 2.5 highlighted. So we'll just take we'll take Seswin. No. Yeah. We'll take Barnet Altrincham. As you can see, they've got 100%. that's telling me there that every game that Barnet and Altrincham have been in, there's been a second half goal. Also tells me that every game they've been in, there's been over 1.5 goals. And this one here tells me that every game they've been in, 83% of them ended in over 2.5 goals. So I can imagine this game here will be a lot of goals. Similar to this one, Working Solihull. Even though it's 83, as you can see, high percentage of goals. Now obviously these statistics of what's gone off in the past, not necessarily what's going on in the future. But it's a starting point. The other tab I've got is this match one, which basically all the statistics I've just mentioned can all lead into this here. So whatever game you want to look at individually, you can do it here. So let's have a look at today's game and see who's playing. So we'll go to League 2 set. Bradford are playing Grimsby. What I would do is click on that tab there, look for Bradford, there, they're playing Grimsby, there. So there you've got all the statistics you want. Obviously it gives you the table. That there is obviously the home, that would be the away, and in the middle you've got the season. So obviously if it's an home and away game, these are mainly two ones I'm looking at. So you can see that at the moment they've played 2 home games and they've won both of them. They've scored once in one game and they've scored twice in one game. Now don't forget that's what they've scored. So that there is individual teams score. Both teams to score, so obviously out of the 2, one of them was both has scored. This section here is the over 1.5, 2.5 for the match. And again, as you can see, it's 50%. And one game, 50%, had a second half goal, so obviously one of them didn't. Exactly the same for the away. Then what I did, I basically average it out, which that is the main section I look at. And this would be, again, is for the season. Again, that's the one I'll look at. In about another month or so, when they've played more games, I'll do another video on this spreadsheet just to give you a bit more in-depth to what I'm looking at. As I've already mentioned several times now, there's no point at the moment because there's not enough games being played yet. I'm doing this video without no editing, so sorry if it's a bit rough and ready. Going forward, if you want me to suggest some of these to you before the event happens, obviously, because a lot of my videos is past tense, just let me know and I will set up a Facebook group or something like that, Instagram or whatever, giving you the selections for that day. If I do that though, you've got to remember they are not tips. It's only telling me what the number's telling me. Doesn't mean to say it's going to happen. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you again in the future.